Hello students, today let's take up the poem The Schoolboy of class 8th book Honeydew. This is a very special poem by William Blake because school kids or the children who are reading it always enjoy it because deep inside their hearts they feel whatever is being told in this poem, they agree with it. It has been written by William Blake, who was an English poet. He wanted to be an artist since his childhood. He was a visionary who experienced his ideas in words, through words and images. Children, whenever we do a poem, there are two things. One is the direct meaning of the poem and one is the message or the symbolic meaning of the poem. Now, in this one, the direct description is of a schoolboy, of a school day by a child, right? And the symbolic meaning is that there is, or the hidden message of the poet is that there is some problem with our education system. School children are not happy with our system. Now, children, let's go through the poem line wise and summarize the poem also. Right? The poem is about a schoolboy. He is unhappy because he doesn't like going to school. He feels that his childhood is ruined in learning. He compares himself to a bird that lives in a cage and a plant that withers when it blossoms. The poet sends a message to parents that they should not put the burden of studies on students. They should allow them to experience joy and let them be happy. Now let's go through the poem line wise. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Ah, then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bar. Worn through with dreary shower, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy or the summer fruits appear? Children, in the first stanza, the poet says that the boy loves to wake up early in the morning when the birds sing on the trees. He likes the sound of the distant huntsman when he blows his horn. He enjoys the company of a small brown bird that sings with him. But the boy does not like going to school in the summer morning. It takes away all the joy and happiness of him. The teacher keeps a close eye on the students and they have to spend the entire day in sadness and distress. In the third stanza, the poet elaborates that sometimes the boy sits for long hours with his head hanging down. He neither enjoys reading his books nor does he like to sit for learning. He gets bored with the lectures of his teacher. Further, poet compares himself with a bird and the school with a cage. As the bird cannot sing in a cage, similarly he cannot enjoy his childhood in the school. The poet says that the child or the children are afraid of the teachers. The boy feels that he is a prisoner in the school. As a caged bird lets his wing down and forgets his share or forgets to share the joy of spring, similarly the boy also forgets to enjoy his young days. In the last stanza, the poet appeals to the parents, or it is a question to the readers, not to harass their children. School-going kids are very sensitive and delicate like birds and flowers. If they are being overburdened, they will grow unhappily and fall similar to the flowers. Without a happy childhood, this world will be full of sorrow. The summer will not arise in joy, and the plants will no longer bear the fruits. With that, we come to the end of this poem. You can read it, and I hope the meaning, the actual meaning of the poet becomes clear to you. Thank you. Happy reading.